The imperial palace of Zarthana gleamed under 3 purple suns, its crystalline spires reaching toward the cosmos like frozen lightning. Queen Vexthara, supreme ruler of the Galactic Coalition, sat upon her obsidian throne. Her 6 eyes narrowed in confusion as she watched the security footage for the 100th time. On the holographic display, a human male named Freddy casually consumed an entire plate of Zetherian nightshade, a delicacy so toxic that even a molecule could liquefy the internal organs of most species within seconds. He had eaten it with what the humans called hot sauce. Impossible, hissed her chief advisor, his mandibles clicking nervously. No organic being can survive that. Not even the Kroner war beasts. But Freddy hadn't just survived. 23 hours had passed, and according to the medical monitors, he was in the palace gymnasium, lifting weights with Sienna, the other human ambassador. Queen Vexthara's scales rippled with an emotion she rarely experienced: panic. She had served the nightshade as a test, a subtle way to demonstrate that humans, despite their recent rival to the galactic stage, were still fragile creatures who needed the Coalition's protection. Instead, she may have just committed an act of war against the most unpredictable species in known space. Send word across all systems, the Queen commanded, her voice echoing through the throne room. I want every doctor, every healer, every medical expert in the galaxy brought here. Immediately. Spare no expense. Within 48 hours, the palace medical wing had transformed into a chaotic symposium of galactic medicine. Dr. Zaxler, a Mantarian physician with 8 doctorates, stood beside healer Smooth Song, a gelatinous Aquarian who communicated through bioluminescent pulses. The renowned cybernetic surgeon VX9 hovered nearby, its mechanical appendages twitching with diagnostic algorithms. Freddy sat on the examination table, looking supremely bored, while Sienna leaned against the wall with crossed arms and an amused smirk. For the 5th time, Freddy said, I feel fine. Better than fine, actually. That dish was delicious. Dr. Zaxler's translator crackled. Impossible. The Zetherian nightshade contains 47 distinct neurotoxins, 17 organ-dissolving enzymes, and a compound that literally turns blood into acid. You should be a puddle of organic soup. Sienna chuckled. Doc, you should see what we put in our energy drinks back home. The Queen entered the medical bay, her entourage parting before her like waves. Her crystalline crown refracted the sterile lighting into rainbow fractals. Human Freddy, she began, her voice trembling slightly. I must confess I served you the nightshade believing it would incapacitate you. I intended to then offer our medical expertise, demonstrating humanity's need for coalition oversight. She lowered her primary eyes, a gesture of profound shame in her culture. Instead, I may have revealed my own ignorance. How are you alive? Freddy exchanged a glance with Sienna, who shrugged. Your Majesty, he said, humans have been poisoning ourselves for fun for thousands of years. Alcohol, caffeine, capsaicin. We literally bred plants to be more painful to eat because we enjoyed the challenge. A crystalline medic from the Luminos system chimed in, its voice like wind through glass. We've completed the genetic analysis. Human digestive systems are horrifying. They possess redundant detoxification organs, symbiotic bacterial colonies that break down toxins, and something called a liver that essentially functions as a biological war crime. Our liver? Sienna asked, pushing off from the wall. That's just standard equipment. Standard. The collective medical professionals erupted in a cacophony of translated outrage. Dr. Zaxler pulled up a holographic comparison chart. The human liver can regenerate from 30% remaining tissue. It processes substances that would be classified as chemical weapons in 17 systems. And according to your medical history, Freddy, your species intentionally damages this organ with ethanol for recreational purposes. We call it the weekend, Freddy said with a grin. VX9's mechanical voice cut through the chaos. Analysis complete. Humans evolved on a death world classification 7-1 tier below uninhabitable hellscape. Their planet is saturated with toxic plants, venomous animals, and microbial threats. They didn't just adapt to survive poison. They weaponized it, cultivated it, and made it part of their cultural cuisine. Healer Smooth Song pulsed a deep blue, indicating profound respect in Aquarian culture. The nightshade would have killed me in seconds. Humans are terrifying. Queen Vexthara approached Freddy slowly, her massive form towering over him. Then, in a gesture that shocked every witness, she lowered herself onto one knee. Human Freddy, Ambassador C and I have underestimated your species gravely. I sought to demonstrate your weakness and instead revealed my own. I ask for your forgiveness and offer a new treaty, not as protectors and protected, but as equals in the coalition. Freddy hopped off the examination table and extended his hand, a human gesture. The Queen had learned meant peaceful contact. Your Majesty, we're cool, but maybe next time you want to test us, just ask. We'd be happy to demonstrate. Sienna here once ate a ghost pepper on a dare. Eh, what? The Queen asked, accepting his hand with one of her smaller appendages. Sienna's grin widened. Want me to show you? I've got a whole stash in my quarters. We can make it a cultural exchange. Dr. Axler frantically consulted his datapad. Ghost pepper. Scoville units. Sweet merciful cosmos, they eat this voluntarily. The Queen's scales rippled with what might have been the Zartharian equivalent of laughter. I believe, ambassadors, that humanity has much to teach the galaxy, though perhaps we should limit the food demonstrations to willing participants, as the medical staff began filing out, each taking extensive notes on human biology for their respective databases. Freddy turned to Sienna. Think we should tell them about pufferfish sushi? Let's save something for the next diplomatic incident, she replied with a wink. Queen Vexthara watched the two humans leave, marveling at the strange species that had so thoroughly upended her understanding of the universe. The galaxy had grown comfortable in its knowledge, complacent in its certainties. Humanity, it seemed, was the antidote to that particular poison. And judging by what she'd learned today, they'd probably eat that too.